Hi everyone, and welcome to today's webinar all about sales charts. I'm Rita, Marketing Manager here at Organimi, and I'm joined by Brett, who heads up our product team, as well as Bree, our Senior Customer Success Manager. Throughout this webinar, we'll be showcasing Organimi sales charts, highlighting how they act as a strategic tool for mapping out relationships, identifying influencers, and ultimately closing deals faster. We'll demonstrate how Organimi seamlessly integrates with platforms like Salesforce to pull in crucial data and how it empowers you to visualize your sales landscape with precision. From custom fields to real-time updates, we'll show you how Organimi enhances the way you engage with prospects and manage your sales pipeline. In just a moment, we'll walk you through a role-play scenario of a sales professional seeking to identify the key decision makers of an account, starting with a list of just 9 Salesforce contacts. You'll learn how they're able to map this out according to their sales opportunity management process and how to fill in the gaps in just minutes using Organimi. Let's dive in.
Hey Brett, can you help me with something?
Sure thing, Bree. What's up?
So I've got this scenario with a potential client, Zingario, and I currently have 9 contacts in Salesforce under the account, but there are a few crucial positions in the buying center I still don't know. As you know, Salesforce won't let me add contacts without names for the positions that we know exist, but don't know who the person in them is just yet. And obviously you can see this hand-drawn chart isn't cutting it. Do you have any ideas on a better solution for building and managing our sales charts?
You know, Bree, we've been using Organimi over in HR, and I think it could be just the tool we need for sales charts as well. I was reading a white paper they published on this very topic, and it looks promising. Why don't we give it a try right now?
That sounds like something I might be interested in, but I don't currently have access to Organimi. Do you know how I can get started?
No problem at all. Let's set up the first chart together, and then I'll add you in as an admin to the org in Organimi, so you can take it from there. Do you have an account set up for them in Salesforce with those contacts you mentioned?
I do have an account in Salesforce. The name is called Zingario Sales, and there should be about 9 contacts in there.
Great, I see all the contacts here. Let's get it pulled over to Organimi. First step after I log in is that I will create a new organization for Zingario Sales in Organimi, and then I'll send you a quick invite and add you as a user, as an organization admin. I'll just type in your name here, then a quick message, and I'll send that off. And look, you're invited.
Thanks for sending that invite over. I just received it, and I'll set up my account this afternoon.
Clicking on the integrations here, I want to choose Salesforce from the list of integrations available in Organimi. This will allow me to log into my Salesforce account through OAuth and allow Organimi to access the account in Salesforce. You can see it is connected here, and I'll want to set up a roster-only integration with this Salesforce account to pull over the contacts. I choose the Salesforce account called Zingario Sales.
Brett, I have a quick question for you. Some of my colleagues prefer to work off of Excel files. Is that something that's available in Organimi?
Yes, we are doing this as an integration to pull the contacts in from a Salesforce account, but you could upload the contacts from a CSV or an Excel file just the same.
And where would I find the people that have been pulled over?
If we look at the People tab, we can see that we have synced over the 9 people into the roster view, and we can add a photo here by searching on LinkedIn, finding this person, adding them, and updating their profile.
Okay, that's interesting now that the contacts are synced over. Can we create a chart focusing on the buying center, and how would you display that in an org chart?
We can do that now. We'll create the chart called Buying Center, and we'll need to create a couple of custom fields to capture the buying center role that each person's job role has on the decision to buy our tool.
I'll need one called Buying Center Role. These are based on each person's job role and influence on the buying decision. This helps me tailor my communication and relationship building. As you may know from our sales opportunity management process, the roles we define in the buying center are Don't Know, Executive Sponsor, Decision Maker, Economic Buyer, Evaluator, Influencer, and User.
Okay, done with the first one. You said you wanted 2?
Yeah, I'll need another one for their personal opinion, the unique perspective and preference of each person, whether they're a supporter, detractor, or neutral.
Now let's build out the chart by dragging and dropping people from the talent pool into their positions. We'll also add the placeholder roles for those positions that we know exist, but don't know who's in them yet.
Why don't you start at the top with Ainsley, the CEO? She is the executive sponsor, and she will definitely be a supporter.
Okay, Ainsley is our CEO. Done.
Don't forget to set her as the executive sponsor and as a supporter.
Right, sorry. I'll set that up in the edit screen here. The buying center role is attached to the position in Organimi, and the personal opinion is attached to the person here. Done.
Okay, are we actually able to show their personal opinion and their buying center role on the card directly there in the chart?
Yes, right. We do that in the theme in Organimi. Let's create a new theme for our chart, and we'll call it Buying Center Theme. In here, we can set a bunch of settings to control the look of the chart. We'll make the outlines of the cards a bit darker and the connecting lines a bit thicker and darker, so they show up better when we're sharing the chart. Here in the Fields section, we can see which fields show up in the role card in the chart. Let's change the font size and style and adjust the color a bit on the name and job title fields, so they stand out a bit better. Now let's add the Buying Center role field to the role card. We'll make it blue and put a border around it. And then we'll add the personal opinion field note here similarly, and we'll make that one orange with the border. While we are editing the theme, let's change the word that is used for vacant roles to unknown, as that is more appropriate for sales charts. We'll set the default image to be someone's initials when they don't have a photo, and we'll set the default image for the unknown people to be a star, so it stands out in the chart. Then we save these changes to the theme and go back and see the changes in the chart.
That's great. Let's build out the rest of the chart with the people and positions that we know. So we'll start with Claire. She's Ainsley's assistant, so you can put her under there with that special assistant role positioning. And Burgess, as the CFO, is going to be our economic buyer, and he is a supporter. And Dean Devine, Burgess's right-hand man, is an influencer, and he may be a detractor. And Elaine is their CIO and head of IT, and she will be one of the primary evaluators, and she is neutral at this point. Felix is the VP of People, and he will be an influencer, but he is a supporter of Organimi since he used Organimi in HR at another company. We should put in the VP of Marketing to complete the executive team. I don't know who's in this role yet, but they will be an influencer for sure. All right, let's jump back and fill out the finance team, as we know the controller is the main target. I don't know who the controller is yet either, but they will be our decision maker. And let's add Harvey and Adira under the controller, as they are our main managers who will be the primary users of the systems. And just a couple positions to add to the IT team. Jason runs the IT help desk. He will be an influencer, but he's not a fan as he doesn't like new tools in general, so we should mark him as a detractor. And finally, let's add a project manager, as they are usually the ones who set up our product, so we'll make them a user, but I don't know who this is.
Got it. The chart is looking good, and you can see that Organimi shows us that everyone we had in the talent pool has been assigned to a position in the chart, and there are no unassigned people at this point.
Okay, I'm starting to be able to visually see the account now, but how do I share this, and how can I relate the chart back to the account in Salesforce?
There are a number of sharing options in Organimi, and we'll do a basic level share here by clicking on the Create New Public Link. There are some privacy settings here if we want to protect the link, but we'll keep it open for now. Clicking the settings, we can tweak the way the shared chart will appear in the link. We'll keep this pretty open and share just the chart view, and then we'll make sure it is always fully expanded. Then we'll copy the URL for the shared chart to the clipboard and hop over to Salesforce. We can paste the chart link into this custom field URL link that I set up on accounts in Salesforce. Hit save, and then anyone who has access to the account page can click on the link and see the read-only shared view of the chart that we built in Organimi. In the shared view, the viewer can navigate the chart and use the search and filtering features. For example, they could search and then filter supporters or detractors, and see how Organimi shows just the matches and hides the rest of the positions in the filtered view.
That filtering feature could be useful.
Hi guys, jumping in because I just saw a press release that Zengario hired Jane Joyner as their VP of Marketing.
Do you know Jane?
I know her, and she'll definitely be a supporter.
Hey Brett, how can we make sure Jane gets integrated into the chart seamlessly so I don't have to add her in manually?
We'll go back to Salesforce and add Jane there as a new contact, and then resync the contacts to Organimi and update the chart. Adding the new contact here in the account, Jane Joyner, VP of Marketing, Jane@Zengario.com.
So I just called Jane and asked if she knows who's in the controller role. She gave me their name and their contact info, so it's Greta Graham and the email is greta@Zengario.com.
That's great, Rita, thanks. While I'm in Salesforce here, I'll just add another new contact for Greta. Greta Graham, Corporate Controller, Greta@Zengario.com. Jumping back over to Organimi, we can go back to the integrations here and click on Salesforce, and then go to the roster integration that we set up earlier. We click the Run Integrations to force it to run right now. And then we refresh the logs until the integration completes. Closing the integration and going back to the chart, we see the two new contacts in the Unassigned tab of the Talent Pool window. We'll drag Jane into the unknown person in the VP of Marketing role card, and then we'll set Jane up as a supporter while we're in here. Then we'll drag Greta into the unknown person in the controller role and update the job title based on her actual title that came over from Salesforce.
Greta's likely neutral.
Yes, of course. Jane is a supporter and Greta will be neutral.
The chart looks up to date, but it would be great to add some faces to the names. I just received a file from our sales support team that I sent to you. Is there a quick way to get these uploaded?
Yes, Bree, there's a simple import process to add the photos. We choose the Photos for People option here, and then I'll point it to the zip file you just sent over with the photos. Selecting the Zengario sales org we've been setting up, Organimi will try to auto-match the photos to the people based on the file name and the person's email address, but it also has a manually matching process for photo updates if needed. You can see the photos are now in place. Jane is the only one missing.
How can I make sure everybody on the accounts team can access this?
Yep, that is already set up. Let's jump back to Salesforce and click the chart link. Notice that the chart is live and always up to date with the latest changes, so your boss or anyone in the team is seeing the same thing with the latest updates. It sure looks better than that hand-drawn chart you started with.
While we're here, can you set me up a couple more charts for two other prospects I'm working on?
Sure thing. They're super easy to create, and we can create as many as we need to support our sales efforts. I'm sure our VP of Sales will love seeing the sales charts being associated with each prospective client, and they'll want to make this a standard part of our sales opportunity management process. Organimi makes it easy to build and manage org charts, even in complex sales scenarios like this. With the seamless integration to Salesforce and the user-friendly interface, we're equipped to navigate the buying center and engage with key stakeholders effectively. Plus, the ability to share the chart ensures everyone stays informed every step of the way. But now that you have access to the system, Bree, you can create your own charts as you need them.
Sounds good, Brett. Thank you so much.
Awesome, and that wraps up today's webinar on sales relationship mapping with Organimi. We hope you found the insights and demonstrations valuable as you explore new avenues to enhance your sales process. Whether you're prospecting new clients or nurturing existing relationships, Organimi allows you to stay one step ahead. Before we head off, be sure to drop any of your questions in the live chat or reach out to support. And if you're ready to take your sales strategy to the next level, don't hesitate to reach out for a personalized demo or to start your free trial today. Thanks for joining us and have a great rest of your day.